Okay, so we're going to start right now. If you can hear me loud and clear, please write it on the comments. You can hear me loud and clear, so we can proceed. Just write it on the comment section. If you can hear me loud and clear, please write it on the comment section. So we're going to go over the market today. Also, we're going to make a review of what happened last week in the market. And we're going to see the potential entries that we have for this week. Okay, so you all are welcome to our channel where we talk about everything forex, crypto, and stocks. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. All right, so we're going to go into it, and this week is looking a bit slow, but from all indications, I feel the market is going to give us a good entry. Okay. Okay, looking at gold. Gold have been ranging for almost a month right now. Not a very bad range, but just a slow, steady movement because we haven't seen any parabolic move since NFP release. That was the first week of this month, and that was 1st of August. So that was the last massive movement we saw on gold, right? That was previous NFP. So last week, for those who have been following and those who was on the live session last Tuesday, we called this sell, and you can go back to the recordings is on my YouTube. You'll see where we spoke about that sell, and we said we were looking at two levels, right? The first level is this daily OB here, which is 336545, right? 336545. And we are also looking at this imbalance here, which is 337736. 337736. So we're looking at that two level for a sell, and for the buy, we are looking at also this OB here, which is 333422, right? 333422. Also, we're going to be looking at that imbalance as well for this week, because I noticed that the price has not really decided to react to that OB. So we'll be looking at this highest 3314.86. 86, yeah. So these are very interesting levels that we are looking at. Yesterday I missed to catch this sell here, but it's Monday, so I really want to get my sell on Tuesday or buy on Tuesday or Thursday. So we have that closing price, and it was this closing price. That's 335614. Yeah. So we've marked out major levels on daily. So let's look at it, how it reacts. We had price come into this level around here. That was the first reaction for the sell that happened on daily OB, right? On daily OB. So and price did not tap into the imbalance yet. So that imbalance still remain fresh, right? So for the buy OB, price tapped into it the first time here, and we got that buy from this level all the way there, almost 400 pips, right? And a drawdown of 28 pips, which is okay. So price sold again from that level, which is the OB for daily. That OB for daily, price sold again from that level, another 400 pips. So that's like 800 pips movement, and now price is just dangling on the daily OB. So we don't want to be caught into this choppiness. What we want to do is to make sure that we buy here, right? So if you buy here, you might consider taking profit on 3377.53, right? That is number one scenario, right? The number two scenario is to look for the sell. So currently, we've seen other block being held here. The sell happened. A new lower low was formed. Another sell here yesterday, right? So we want to look for a clean setup to sell to the downside, either into this daily OB at least, right, or down here. So today being Tuesday, I'm going to look at where price will definitely make some good reaction, right? This sell happened yesterday already. Price reacted to that 335614. So, but we have a nice POI above that level, which is this level here, right? So today being Tuesday, I would want price to actually tap into that level. Then I will wait for my mind fiber to give me a sell signal either in 5 minutes, right? Either on 5 minutes. So the price I'm looking to sell this today or tomorrow is 3362.19, right? 3362.19. So and that sell should give me at least let me put this here. At least 471 pips, right? So this is what I'm looking at. If price doesn't go to our sell area and it keeps falling, also this 314 will be a level that I will be looking for buy. So either way, all I'm just going to do is to wait for price, to react to these two levels. I don't want to trade in between these ranges because gold has been ranging massively since NFP, right? Even though the pips are making sense, right? But we're not having a good trend in markets, right? So I will be looking at the level of 3362.09 and 3314.99 for a buy, right? So any of that level that gets touched today, would either determine whether I'm going to buy or sell. If I get the sell first, I'll take that sell to 3314. If I get 3314 first, I'll take that buy, you know, probably not to that level, but I'll take that buy at least to 3350, which is around this level. Yeah. So it's gonna be like this. So this is what I'm looking at on gold. This is what I'm looking at on gold. So let's look at other peers. Let's look at GBPUSD. GBPUSD has started creating a sell pattern already on 4 hours. Our Mind5 both have already given us a sell signal. So showing there's a break of structure already happening on higher time frame on GBPUSD. So we are going to, I've already marked out some key levels starting from daily. This other block here, right? Price has already even started reacting to it, 35264. But it's not my time for entry yet, so that's why I did not engage in it, right? So, but we see price have tapped into it. So, looking at massive sell-off on GBPUSD in the coming weeks, especially from September. So let's observe and see how we could potentially get an entry for the sell. So currently we have this swing high to swing low. So a potential good sell entry setup should form at minimum 35430. So 35430 would be an ideal price to sell GBPUSD. Right? So if you're trading GBPUSD, you should pay attention to that level, 1.35430. 1.35430. That is where you should observe a sell, right? And looking at the sell-off for GBPUSD, you can target, if you're gonna swing, you can target this low here, which is 1.34380. Right? So we can have a sell down to that level and even further down, but that should be your first target, right? If you're looking at to swing. So maybe during New York session, we might see GBP USD, punching into our entry. Okay, so I can see a lot of range on lower time frame. Let me look at that entry again. Let me look at it. Okay, so let me see if I have something of daily there above there. Okay, let me consider this closing price for daily and see what we have around that level. 35549. Okay, it's correct. Let me see what's there on 15 minutes. Okay, guys, I think the best price to sell GBPUSD is 355.49. So I'm going to cancel this zone. If it holds, fine, but it's not a premium zone because we have these bad guys here, right? So if price should just pump into that level, that's like 34 pips to entry. So 34 pips to entry. So you should look at that level for potential sell on GBPUSD. That would be a nice sell. It can happen today, tomorrow, right? So we're looking at that. We already have our sell signal on 4 hours, which is very good. And it's telling us the trend is changing. If you're using 10 pip stop loss like me, when the target this low. That's like over 100 pips as well on GBP/USD. So you can capitalize on that movement. Okay, so let's look at Euro USD as well and see what's going on here. Okay, Euro USD also 4 hours have given a sell, meaning trend has changed daily as well. Okay, Euro USD. Since Euro USD has been a little bit choppy. Okay, so Euro USD also, the best price that I'll be looking at to sell will be 1.17310. So I'm just gonna edit that 1.17310. So if we get price to spike into that region, I have a short opportunity to this OB here. There's also 142 pips. Then at 142 pips as well. So now Euro USD, in case it doesn't hit there because it's ranging a lot, we have this buy as well around that level at 11585. So depending on anywhere price goes, all these levels I'm giving you guys is level that can give you a swing opportunity. A swing opportunity, that's you capitalizing on a lot of pips, not scalping, guys. So these are swing opportunities. At least you get 100 pips minimum out of it. So always pay attention. If the sell happen first, ignore the buy, right? But if the buy happen first, you can still take the sell. That is how you should approach the swing position. So I'm going to look at USDJPY and BTC, and that is all. So let's look at USDJPY. I've been waiting for USDJPY. I missed the buy around this level. I missed the buy on Friday. So currently I have a level that I'm looking at to sell, which is 14831. So I'm looking at to sell from that level. So I'll sell to target this imbalance here. It's like 200 pips. It's 20 pips stop loss. So I'm looking at to sell on that level 148.631 or 30. You can just make it 30 and round it off. All the same, close by. So that is what I'm looking at USDJPY. So when it ignites, when it activates that sell, my take profit here also will be an entry for a buy, which will be a long-term buy here. Right? If this happen nicely like this, Immediately I close that sell, I should be ready to take the buy, and the buy should move all the way to take out this NFP high right there, 400 pips. So this is how I'm looking at to play USD JPY. And for BTC right now, we have a sell on 4 hour. I had a daily breakout on BTC, and this is it. This breakout, this trend line breakout. So it looks like price is retesting for a massive move, right? So we really need to pay attention to where BTC is now, because when that massive move happened, probably see BTC at 150K. So currently I'll be observing BTC. I will be waiting for the MindFi bot to give me a buy on 4 hours or 1 hour to go fully hard on BTC. Currently, recently, yesterday or since weekend, I've just been scalping it in between. But for a main swing and spot increments that's going hard is to look at BTC buy when our MindFi bot. So if you have the MindFi bot, you can just wait for it. In fact, I think I already have an alert on it. So when a buy alert comes on 1 hour, it should notify me. All right. So because when we have a 1 hour break of structure, that's a higher time frame break of structure, and we should see price going all the way. So that is what I'm observing on BTC right now. I'm just waiting for a good buy confirmation, and I will engage on BTC. Okay, so that is all about the market review for today. Make sure you go over the recap and understand what we spoke about. And don't forget, you can always get your MindFi boots right from the person that invited you to this meeting, right? And you can get the MindFi boots from our Mind Finance website. That's the MindFi boot here, right? And you can also get the Fusion package. The Fusion package comes with education, right? Like right now it's 12:30. Immediately I close this YouTube live, I'm going on Zoom with the Fusion package students, right? We're gonna trade New York live together. So that is the benefit of the Fusion package. And the Fusion package comes with 1 month free, 1 month free for the MindFi boot. So after that, for you to keep using the MindFi boot, you pay $50 every single month, right? So that is the Fusion package, right? And any other details you can get at mindfinance.io. Okay. So guys, you can go over the YouTube live to get our potential entries on what we are looking at, right? So that you don't miss today's this week setup. So I'm going to be observing all those price, and I'm going to see how I can fully capitalize on those prices, right? So I don't want to take too much of the Fusion package time, and I'm just going to end this meeting. And you can always contact us through Mind Finance. We have our hotlines there. If you are in need of making any inquiries on how you can connect with us, you can take those numbers and give them a call and ask your questions. Okay, so see you guys on Thursday. Hopefully, I'm going to hold another live on Thursday. And yeah, we'll call it a day. So goodbye.